Right, so I want to show how to do some really good facing down detailed work both in the traps and rhomboids, but also up into the neck, in scalenes from the seated position. Something that I will often do for myself is you could take either a step stool. I have a high triangle pillow, and I sometimes use it for, you may have to change positions, I'm not sure yet. Supporting my own leg up, so that I then can sometimes use it as a fulcrum point. So that's something you can think about, because otherwise, it's not necessarily wrong, but you might have to use your body a little bit more. And I just sometimes like to, if I can support my arm whenever possible. But I'll just start with some simple movement along the rhomboids and traps. And I want to try to keep my thumb straight and in alignment and support with my body if at all possible. And then I can, with my free hand, take the scapula and both kind of shorten and lengthen. And if I find trigger points are really like gripping points, like she's got a real gripper right here, what I can often do is I'll take the arm, right? And I can even maybe brace her against my body so I'm less using my muscles. And then I can shorten and lengthen, and maybe rock where there's a tender zone. I think most people would normally go like this, but that feels a little bit pinchy. If you can use your own body. How's it feel for you, Allison?
It feels more stable,
Yeah,
so I feel like I can relax more.
Yeah. Maybe little circles. Staying connected with the breath and that one there. Sometimes even just a gentle vibration. There you go. And then lengthen. And then that way my hand is kind of scooping her elbow in against my body, and then I can lean. And lift backwards. So I came and kind of stroked up through here, and now what I can do is my underneath fingers, you guys, if you want to squat and see what's happening under here, it's maybe a little bit more difficult. So I can, transition up through here, and then I can come up and work some of the, all the way up to the occiput, some of the insertions. But then these fingers who've been supporting, now I'm already getting information underneath here. And this can also be a really great way, you have to go in with tenderness, but it's also a great way to work some of the scalenes. I'm keeping my fingers supported, so not going in there with individual fingers. There's a first thing that does is it serves you to protect your own fingers, but then also if you come in with the fingers more solid, even though you may be working with the tip, it's less invasive than if you're coming in with just a single finger, because the body will feel the support of the others. And then I will also, use, what I tend to do, especially since this is a more tender zone, instead, if I feel like I want to get deeper, instead of making it deep with my working hand, I'll find the tender spot, and then I'll create deepness and then less deepness by mobilizing the shoulder. So that's, as I pull away, that brings her tissues more deeply into my fingers. And then as I shorten, it reaches a point where it's less deep, and then if you go beyond that point, you can actually bring it to another layer of deepness as the muscle angle changes. How's that feel, Allison?
Really gentle and good.
But deep at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on the front, just so I'm, for the camera here, I'm in here, right? So some of it's scalenes, you can also get SEM through here too, but all that in there. And I find that some clients have an easier time receiving this detailed work while they're face down, where their head can just really surrender and feel supported. You know, a little rock back and forth right there.
That's a good spot.
That's a good spot. And some of them, I'll just stop and be quiet and invite the client to just really focus on their breath. Yeah, especially with these, especially some of these, because some of the scalenes insert on the top ribs, and deep, slow breaths can shorten and lengthen. There you go. I'm not feeling drawn, there you go, to necessarily do it with Allison right now in the moment, but I sometimes will have people like do little micro no's side to side to get things to shorten and lengthen. Just for a second, just for the sake of learning, Allison, just do that. Yeah, that's it. And what that, yeah, there you go, that's good. And sometimes, like in her case, how that's serving her is not necessarily the musculature, but her micro no's, which are moving from the front, is creating a gentle oscillating torque of the vertebra itself, which is impacting the trigger point that I'm holding underneath. I kind of feel like at this point that's plenty to play with.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.